that Podcasting is Forbidden in the Cloud Recess is the official podcast of the media franchise of the Wuxian Tongshu.
It's very good to me.
Good to me. I'm Roy, aka the Post General.
Love that. Wow.
It's sinking in, huh?
Wow, that's so good on like a bunch of different levels. Whoo! That's a good one. She came in the bedroom and she asked me, so, you got a plan for a nickname? Because I got one and I've been sitting on it for a while. And I knew it was going to be good. And I'm just so glad that lived up to my expectations.
What can I say?
Wow, Jesus. Well, anyway, I'm Fallon. And in May, when I get my car's registration reissued, I'm going to pay $10 to the great state of Virginia to get my license plate changed to JNGCHNG. Thank you.
Hell yes!
That's my fucking boy!
I was gonna ask you what you thought of this episode, but I think we got it.
That's my boy.
Speaking of, you know what? We have a lot of boys.
We certainly do. We got introduced to a lot of really, really good gentlemen in this episode.
We really did. We got to meet a lot of good boys. I mean...
Sons, I would say.
I mean, there's like two of them that we met. Three of them. Three of them.
Three sons. Three new sons. Isn't that great? Good. The family's just expanding and expanding.
The family's here, folks.
Because, you know, one of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation's main themes is found family. You know?
You know? And
so,
what's a family without children?
And there's so many children.
There's many children. And we met a few new ones today in episode 2, season 1, episode 2, Banishing Evil Part 2.
Very good.
Hey, before we get into the actual episode, do you want to, can we talk real quick about acronyms and how many names people have? Because we kind of brought it up a little bit last time, but I feel like we need to clarify a few things before we start, running our mouths off.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Where would you like to start with this discussion, this conversation?
So, we mentioned last time that everybody has, at least 2 names.
Yeah.
So, how that works is that you got your given name, which is the name that your mom and dad give you when you're a baby. Mm-hmm. And you have that. And then you also have your courtesy name, which you get to start using when you turn 15.
Yeah.
And basically, so your given name is that's for your family to use. That's
close friends.
Family, close friends.
People you've known since childhood.
Yeah, and also generally people who are older than you are allowed to use it.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see a scale of ages a little bit.
Yeah.
So often, every so often, usually there are some exceptions, but that's a thing we'll get to that. And then also people have their cool titles.
Yeah.
Which they just get to use, and they get those from I don't know where. I think something said that they picked them themselves, but I don't know how entirely true that is.
It might vary from case to case.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny to imagine them sitting down and being like, all right, how can I gas myself up in the most eloquent and pithy way possible?
What am I going to call myself?
I like that energy.
Right?
It's
good
I really
to think
like
about.
that energy.
I wish I had that kind of clout with myself.
Honestly, same. I can't even begin to visualize being that kind of person. So it's nice to think about, you know?
I mean, I became Roy because you started calling me Roy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine sitting down and going, I know what I'm going to call myself. I'm going to be Roy from here on out. Okay.
I had to do that a couple of times in my life, so, I can understand
that's what I was going to get at, though, because the way you became El Rey was because we were at the Mexican restaurant that no longer exists of El Tapatio. You funny leaned over to our friend Catherine and said, as we were leaving over the last of our, room temperature chips and salsa, you can call me El Rey. I do not remember the context, but that was in, 2012?
I think I was, mockingly flirting.
That's plausible.
You can call me El Rey. It's really ruined because I'm kind of congested right now. I'm really sorry for, like, all of the sniffling and coughing, because it's like, I'm not even sick anymore, but, like, for the first time in my life, I have severe allergies, and I still haven't gotten anything to remedy that quite yet. You know what, we're suffering a little bit, but we have these beautiful, wonderful, talented young men, boys, these sons, to keep us mildly distracted from our woes.
For a minute.
For 34 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We kind of veered away from the point because I wanted to talk about acronyms, and so one of the things that we like to do because it's easier sometimes and we're lazy is to refer to various characters by, you know, basically their initials.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised when that comes up. Do you want to... I know, like, you referred to our baby boy Wei Wuxian as Wi-Fi at one point in the last episode. I think that could stand to get a little asterisk on it.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Because I like to call him that, and it's good.
And it makes no sense until you get the context for it, which is, I mean, the characters for Wei Wuxian...
I think it's just the Wuxian part.
Is it Wuxian?
Yeah.
So the characters for Wuxian...
Don't quote me on it.
I could be wrong. I do not write the language.
I should look it up, but I'm not gonna.
Beautiful and complex, but I do not understand a lick of it. So, apparently, the characters for Wuxian can be written in the same way as the characters used for Wi-Fi. So, a lot of the online fandom is taken to calling him Wi-Fi, because it's cute to me. And I've started using it because it's easy to refer to.
I like to do it, also.
I like to do it. I enjoy short nicknames, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And otherwise, given how, like, white American we are, we also, you know, it can take some getting used to refer to people consistently by their family and given name.
Yeah.
It's kind of like...
And especially to pronounce it in a way that isn't, like, inherently offensive.
Yeah.
Like, this episode, I was rewatching this episode, and I realized only for the first fucking time that what I thought was pronounced as Ling is Liang.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, well... So now I know how to appropriately pronounce Liang and Niang. That's nice. Yeah. You learn something new every day.
Really? You really do. You really do.
It's great to me.
It's good.
Wonderful.
I like to do it.
Anyhoozle.
But yeah, let's talk about this episode.
Let's hop in.
So we pick up right where we left off.
Uh-huh. We got Big Boy standing on an eave. And, like, this Donghua loves putting these boys on branches and eaves, like, just for the drama of
Where
it
else
all.
are you gonna stand?
Fucking
you tell me.
On the ground like an idiot? I don't think so.
Why would I?
I'm sorry, I'm Han Guangjun, okay?
My favorite thing about that
I'm
being his title...
extremely distinguished. Fuck you. Cursing is forbidden in Cloud Recesses.
Anyway, Wei Wuxian is gay, dude.
He's
looking up at him.
Super gay.
He's looking at him and he, like, fucks off because of how gay he is, basically. He's like... he, like, runs off. And my next note is just his fucking ... donkey wrangling method. I watched this episode, like, over a week ago, so I don't...
The donkey wrangling method.
Yeah, he runs off to the... We finally get the donkey's name, by the way. I don't think we got it in the last episode.
It's Little Apple.
It's Little Apple.
Little Apple. That's why I said I was Little Applekin in the first episode, because I had forgotten that he did not actually get a name until this episode.
He might have gotten it in the last one, but I genuinely don't remember.
He might have.
I feel like I feel like the last episode was, like, a year ago.
Yeah.
But...
I just watched it this evening because I was finishing up my notes. Not 20 minutes before the show started. I count that as not procrastinating that much, given the circumstances.
You're good. You're good.
I made it, y'all. I have a full 2 scrolls of notes on my phone podcasting here. So I'm a fucking professional.
It's good.
Thank you.
Anyway, he wrangles his donkey and he hops on him and then he runs off to the woods. We're just fucking gone from the Mo village That's just, we're not dealing with that.
Oh, yeah, he got up out.
Yeah, he got up out. So, something...
Because the arm got up out.
Right, the arm fucked off.
And they're hunting down the arm now.
Yeah, so everybody's looking for this arm. Everyone except for Wuxian, because he's just off, and he can't, like, something he's in the woods, and something weird's up, because, like, a talisman glows, and these talismans, I should clarify, are, like, little strips of paper with some characters on them. And is it on a tree? I think it's on a tree.
It's at, like, the base of a tree.
Yeah, and it glows. All of a sudden, Donkey get caught in net.
It's a glowing golden net. It's beautiful.
It looks really good, and...
It looks very expensive.
Yeah, and Wuxian is like, oh, I guess rich people are here.
Yeah,
and then he like, looks up at Lil Apple, and he's like, sounds like a you problem.
Fucking honestly, he's like, okay, well, fuck it, because, like, he doesn't have anything to help Lil Apple, he doesn't have any weapons on him, he doesn't even have anything sharp, and this net is a deity binding net, so it can only be cut by a holy weapon, basically, which is what, cultivators have, and since Wuxian is now Mo Xuan Yu, he does not have access to that whatsoever. He has a donkey, he has a couple of apples, he's good.
He stands there eating one of the apples like he's Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, and then there's a little yellow child who comes up.
There he is, and Wuxian, he doesn't know the kid personally, or at least he doesn't think he does.
Yeah, he like ducks behind the tree and he's looking at this kid, but
he recognizes the Jin sect immediately.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not? The Jin sect is basically their whole thing is that they're paid. They're super loaded. And they wear yellow, and they have a little special fancy peony on their robes. And he sees him, and he's like, okay, we got one of them. That explains,
The peony is called Sparks in the Snow. Cute, right?
Yeah, so he knows what's up, and this little Jin boy is mad.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't like that there's a donkey in his net.
Oh, no, and I feel like, narratively speaking, the deity binding net was a real, like, solid way to introduce the denizens of the Jin clan and emphasize that they have more money than sense.
Yeah, because each of them, they say that each of them is, like, 400...
Yeah, 400, and he has, like... I think later...
400 GP.
Later in the episode, he, like, asks the lawn kids to, like, bring 500 nets.
Oh,
so, like...
Oh, that's what the 400 is, yeah.
Expecting the fact that he needs 400 of them, that's, like, what, like, fucking, like, I don't know, like, 40 racks or something? Listen, I would have been first in my class in my GED tests if it hadn't been for the math GED. I just want everybody to know that. I was in third place, and it was because I got just above a passing score in the math GED, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm trying my best. 400 times 400. You know what? Just to assuage myself.
Don't quote me on the 400 money, because I was thinking of how many there were. This is too much math. The last time I took a math class, I was in community college, and that was in, like, 2009, and I got a C in it.
I was so off. It's 160,000. So, like, not even quoting you on it, just, like, assuming that these deity binding nets are fucking ridiculously expensive. He probably spent, like, 6 digits.
Yeah, like, if they're basically D&D magic items.
Yeah.
And only other magic items can cut them. Anyway.
And, like, even... Okay, so they keep saying that, there's some very powerful, resentful energy on Dashan Mountain.
Yeah.
Even with the knowledge of that, to go around and put up talismans for, like, possibly hundreds of deity binding nets is so overboard that only a rich person would have done it.
Yeah. Well, the reason there's so much resentful energy up on Dafan Mountain is because there's all these rich people here. And that's why there's zombies. They're here to eat the rich.
Oh, God, I love that!
Not everyone can belong to the Jin sect clout clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So...
Here's Jin Rulan.
Here's...
A.K.A. Jin Liang.
Here he is, a baby boy.
My sweetest son, my baby son. I'm going to protect him with my life.
Do you want to take the lead on describing him, then?
Okay, well, first of all, fucking adorable. He has, I think... probably some of the longest hair on any of the boys in the show.
And he, like, one of the first shots of him is from behind and he flips it.
He's flipping it. He's flipping it. He's only 15, and he already knows he's beautiful and perfect and better than you.
He's got that Ariana Grande high ponytail.
Oh, man, he does. And he has the typical anime bangs, little center part. Mm-hmm. He's got these little, like, Inuyasha-style thingies on the front. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the long sideburns.
Yeah. The other thing that all of the Jin sect boys have are the little dot on the forehead. Yes. They have a little vermilion little mark here, little red dot. So that's how you know that somebody is in the actual family and isn't just a disciple who's there to like learn stuff. Yeah. They're actually in line to be the sect leader someday. So that's...
And they get... So are they born with that mark, or do they get it as a baby? Because I remembered he was a baby in that.
They get it. They aren't born with it.
Okay, I was going to say, they just stamp it on as soon as it's like fresh out the womb. Yeah. Just like... Just like that. Yeah. Just exactly with that sound.
I don't like that. That's some good Foley work.
Thank you. I try really hard. I try so fucking hard.
He also has like a big bow and arrow going on, and he...
Oh yeah, he has a sword.
A sword.
And he has a bow and arrow. And Wi-Fi ends up recognizing the sword.
Yeah. This child notices that somebody's skulking around the woods, and he does some archery at him.
Oh yeah.
Wei Wuxian is like, don't rob me, don't kill me,
and
as usual.
And he comes out, and of course... Little Jin Liang
he's so mad.
Him.
Yeah, and he's so mad about it. He hates that Mo Xuanyu is here, so he's like...
It's awful.
Yeah, he's like, ew. And so...
Just calls him a lunatic like everybody else.
And Wi-Fi, like, does the math, and he's like, oh, the new me was in the Jin sect. And he kind of does some more math, and he realizes, I know who my dad is now. And we'll get to his dad.
Oh, yes. And it would probably...
I can't wait to roast him. God,
definitely.
Ray, you have no idea how ready I am to roast this man. Whatever. No, we'll get to that.
We can spend 20 minutes roasting him when the time comes. That's just a little taste for you.
That's going to be so... Oh, God. Oh, chef kiss. Anyway.
I need to stop making that noise. It's fucking It's unbe-fucking coming.
It's entertainment.
That's true. Yeah. It's media.
It's media. So Wi-Fi gets shit talked to his face. Yeah. What does he say to him? He's like, you got a lot of nerve to...
I'm your elder. Like, what the fuck, boy?
Yeah, he tries to put this child in his place. He's like, you know, and he says the bad thing of, you don't have a mother to teach you that shit anymore, and he does not appreciate that shit one bit.
Yeah, it's like, you ever make a joke without having context and end up pissing somebody off? Like,
he gets so mad.
Yeah, maybe in hindsight.
Maybe that was a bit of a nerve.
It's a bad idea to crack a joke about somebody not having a mother when they're from a cultivation family where people die pretty frequently. Mr. Hui?
Mr. Wi-Fi?
Sir?
Just
throwing that out there, it's probably likely in poor taste things.
Yes. So,
don't do it.
What happens? They, like, fight, right?
Oh, yeah. Jin Liang gets so angry. Because, like, of course you'd be angry. The fuck?
Yeah. We're gonna be saying he's so mad so many times.
Oh my god, there are so many angry boys in this episode. There are so many angry men.
Half of my notes are like, he's so mad and he fucking hates this.
He's so fucking mad. He's like...
Yeah, so he chases him down. I can't remember if he's fighting him with his sword or his bow and arrow.
It's his sword. Okay. And I actually, I really wanted to make a note. I fucking love the animation on this little one-sided sword fight. It's so fluid, and, like, even though it's necessary as he doesn't have a weapon on him, it, like, really... It exemplifies and, like, speaks to Wi-Fi's, like, personality and his general approach to shit. Like, it's probably not that deep, but I still
it's so good. He's, like, just kind of dancing around it. He doesn't give a shit.
He's going with the flow.
Good. Yeah, he's just going with it. He's just, like, flowing. Doesn't he have, like, his arms behind his back?
Yes, he does.
It's so good.
Yes, the fuck he does. He's just hopping around doing useless little somersaults just to, just to fuck with him. Because, like, he doesn't actually want to hurt this kid. Are you kidding?
He doesn't want to do that.
There's no need for him to be violent, so he chooses to just kind of hop around and dodge.
He, like, pulls a leaf off of a tree and he does some magic with it. And then the ghost of his large cousin comes and sits on
Yeah, I love the old, fat man, flat man technique. Just having that memorized to slap on the leaf or whatever.
just ready to go. It's so good. But yeah, so he has this ghost sit on him, and then Wei Wuxian takes his sword, and he's like, why don't I cut my donkey out of the net with it? And he, like, tosses it, and it boomerangs back at him.
And then Jin Liang is like, I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you... Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna tell my uncle. Because he's, like, stuck on the ground now.
He's such a snooty, like, brainwashed, wait till my uncle hears about this ass bitch.
He's so like, I know.
I can't help it.
In any other world, he'd have, like, the big ringlets and, like, a little sailor suit and a huge lollipop.
Jesus!
If his dad was around, he'd refer to him as Papa.
Little young penny father.
Little Lord Jinleroy.
Little Lord Jinleroy.
I made a note about the music, but I don't remember what it is, so I'm gonna skip that.
It's just, like, some weird, like, low-core, like, EDM stuff. It's kind of weird. I was like, why are there synths here? Shouldn't there be, like, a little flute? I like the little flute, but
we get
whatever
flute,
costs less, I guess.
Anyway, he's like, I'm gonna snitch at my uncle, and Wei Wuxian is like, well, who the fuck's your uncle then? And then... So Speed of Sound Sonic shows up.
Oh, fuck you!
Speed of Sound Sonic and...
He is a top! Speed of Sound Sonic is a fucking power bottom. I will not have you compare no top John Chang to known twink bottom Speed of Sound Sonic. Absolutely not in my home. Not in your home either. Okay? Are we clear?
Are we divorced now?
No, it's just not happening in our home.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
I'm just like, okay, like, y'all all have that one character in a series that you just project onto so heavily.
Oh, that's
you can't help it. Zhang Cheng is that character for me. Like, rewatching the series, I'm definitely confident in saying that he's in the top 3 for me. He just steps in and he's immediately unenthused. He's very stern with Jin Young, and I think Wi-Fi feels bad for him because he edges up the leaf with his little fingeroos.
Yeah, and Wei Wuxian is looking at him like, oh shit, because he's doing some math too.
He's got the tiny scared anime pupil eyes, you know.
Do you want to? Why is he doing the math here?
Well, Zhang Cheng is his dearest Shidi, of course.
Yeah. Hey, remember in the last episode when we had people, some random disembodied voices talking shit about Wei Wuxian?
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about how his Shidi killed him. Guess who that is? It's
that boy! It's that boy!
Please look at the waveform.
Oh, very loud.
Yeah, he doesn't whip out Hermit Purple yet, does he?
No, he does not.
No, not yet.
It's his fucking signature move.
Yeah. So Wei Wuxian, he gets Jin Liang up from the ground, and he gets up, and he's immediately, now it's his turn to be like, I'm gonna kick your ass, which I feel like somebody's going to do every episode.
Yeah, incredibly.
And Zhang Cheng is like, no, you don't kick his ass, you kill him and feed him to your dog, which is good to teach your nephew.
Oh yeah, you know,
I can't fucking wait till my nephew is 13 and I can teach him how to kill people.
Holy shit, man. Yeah, that's just the ultimate goal for every young father in America.
Me and Jeffrey out in the woods.
Oh my god. What are you gonna do next? Sign up for the fucking NRA? This isn't ancient China. This is America. We're going through a fucking crisis.
I would die for my nephew Jeffrey.
Jeffrey!
His name is Jeffrey and he's 13 months old.
Jeffrey!
Oh, don't really know about that one, but... Anyway...
Let's continue.
Yeah, anyway, a child comes at Wei Wuxian with a sword, and he doesn't move this time, because he's like, oh shit, because he knows who this kid is now.
Uh-huh.
But then a sword happens. It just kind of like... Yeah, this sword, this cool, like, silver and blue sword just, like, comes out of nowhere and lands on the ground, and everyone's like, oh... I know whose sword that is, and it's...
You know who it is!
the handsomest man is back again.
Lan Wangji, he comes in...
My favorite thing is he's here, and he shows up, and he just, like... He, like, walks past Wei Wuxian and just, like, shoves past him and, like, just looks at him as he goes. It's so good. It's so good.
Fucking, like, he's like, oh, somebody, who is it? I think it's Zhang Cheng, who's like, oh, there it is, fucking Han Guangjun appearing where chaos is. Yep. And I think appearing where chaos is in this context just means appearing where Wei Wuxian is.
Look, if there's a messy bitch, somebody's gotta clean up after
That's how it's been. Here's my evidence, okay, a little later. Oh, Wi-Fi says, me and him were like oil and water when I was alive. Well, he would take any opportunity to catch me.
Why is this the same? Why are you giving him the voice that we give Fat Boy?
It's a little more of a tenor, okay? I got kind of a limited repertoire right now. I'm a little sleepy. But,
so he shows up. Yeah, he shows up and Zhang Cheng tells Jin Liang, just shut up, adults are talking.
Yeah, fucking honestly.
And the Lan children are also here.
Yeah, and of course, Genie always has something to say.
He always has something to say.
He's the only one who ever pops off, and I respect that so much.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to say some shit.
And this scene is probably the most we ever hear Lan Wangji actually talk.
Yeah. In one go, at least. Oh god,
in one go, definitely. And he's such a wonderful, soothing voice.
He does. He's got such a nice voice.
Both in the donghua and the radio drama, it's just I will admit, I listened to an ASMR isolated track of just my boy the other night, and for the first time in my life was not racked with debilitating secondhand embarrassment.
Right, everything he says is ASMR.
Exactly!
I'm just saying.
It's Lan Wangji is talking. Everything's gonna be okay.
We learned that these fellas, everybody's out doing a night hunt, which is basically just open season ghost busting.
Yep.
Nobody called them out here to do it. They're just out here doing the damn thing.
Yeah, and you usually do it with a partner because it's fucking dangerous. Because being a cultivator is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
So, it was a little weird for Jin Liang to look like he was out there by himself. But of course, Unky Chung is there!
Oh, my next note is just, I stopped at 420 words before writing this bullet, LMAO.
And the babies eventually get into an argument because they all want to be on a night hunt, but Jin Liang is kind of hogging the entire area with his shit. Yeah, Oh yeah, some random Zhang sect guy comes up and is like, hey, a sword fucked up all of your kids' rich boy nets, and... Oh yeah, it was their swords.
Yeah, and Zhang Cheng does not appreciate that shit.
No, not at all.
Me when a canon-defining trait that LWJ and JC shares terminal resting bitch face.
Yes! Fucking, and Jin Liang and Jing Yi end up getting into a sword fight, and all I could think of while I was watching it was baby fight, baby fight, baby fight. This is what happens when you mix hormones with life and death responsibilities. You get clownery.
You do clownery and the clownery comes back to you.
This is not even
the biggest clownery comes back to you moment. We'll get to that.
It's really not!
God, but...
Oh, Lord, the things that happen when people take you at face value when you bullshit them.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna talk about
I'm just saying. Anyway, you see old Uncle JC, and he's got this cool purple ring on, and he's, fidgeting with it, and... He's
looking mad as hell!
And Wei Wuxian is like, oh, shit. Good boy CJ is like, well, look, we'll pay for the nets, it's okay, and...
Oh, yeah, I will add, sorry to interject, that Lan Jingyi, while Lan Jingyi and Jin Liang are fighting, he's just laughing, he's just back there oh, more fighting, great.
He's like, I'm too old for this.
He's fucking 15, but he's definitely the grandma friend.
He's
not even the mom friend. He's the grandma friend. He's in his winter years. He's just fucking tired of it all.
He's like, yeah, that's relatable. That's, hashtag relatable teen moments.
You're fucking 30.
I am 30. Listen.
You're not in your winter years.
I am in my winter years.
Like that.
I'm dead already. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so he says we'll pay for the nets, and then Zhang Cheng is like, he takes out how mad he is on his poor idiot nephew.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's like, you better find something good on this hunt, or whatever.
Yeah, or don't fucking come back. Like, he's such a dick.
He's so mean to him, but like, so Lan Wangji has not said anything up until this point, I don't think.
Yeah. And
now he finally says a thing. He's just been like standing there like menacingly. Slightly, but he's like, look, there's some bad shit out here, be careful. And yeah, and then he and the Lawn Boys like tell them about what went on at Mo Village, and like basically the demon zombie anchor arm got away and came up to the mountain. So they're like, look out for it. And Zhang Cheng's like, not even big scary young Master Long can subdue it. And he's like, shut the fuck up. And she's like, you shut up, don't argue.
Literally.
Yeah. So Zhang Cheng fucks off.
And Lan Wangji sends them off into creepy cave exploration time.
Yeah, he tells them to go look around, and then he just, like, kind of bees handsome at Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, he does, and Wi-Fi does, like, a little salute at him and, like, reminisces a little bit. And this is where he does the thing that you were talking about earlier, where he's like, oh, back in the day, we didn't get along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the day.
Oil and water, baby.
Oil and water, baby. But you know what water's used for, or what oil's used for. Anyway.
There we go!
Yo!
It's creepy cave exploration time!
No, not quite yet, because Suzu comes up and he, like, thanks Wei Wuxian for saving them. Cause he's
that's boy. Right. That's the one last thing they do before they scamper off.
Yeah, and then the children scamper off, and Jinliang and Jinyi are, like, fighting teenagerly. Yeah. As they do, and Wei Wuxian, this is where he, like, looks over and he, like, we finally, like, see the result of all of the math he's been doing on this little yellow child. We get a little flashback where we see the little baby of him. Yeah. And he's grabbing at that same sword.
It's in his daddy's hand.
It's in his daddy's hands. And
it's weird because his mommy is in purple robes.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. I wonder who else in this episode is wearing purple.
Yeah, and then, we see the sword covered in blood. It's his mom. Yeah. And we hear Shijie, and we know that he's putting the pieces together.
Yeah, so what is that word, Shijie?
That is a word used for your martial sister.
Yeah, so it's a sister from your same sect.
Yeah.
So that fucking sucks. And Wei Wuxian is like, oh, fuck, I said the worst thing I could have possibly said, and, like, slaps himself, and the children are fighting some more, and Sishui's like, so you act your age, and like, Jinyi, like, kicks Jinliang off a hill or something. He just, like, kicks him and he's gone.
Yeah, he falls down the damn hill and suddenly he's scared and they chase after him.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah. And then, do you want to talk about the fucking Cornetto ad?
Oh my god!
We get a commercial. We get some good capitalism right in the middle of this episode.
It's obviously, like, a chopped and screwed version of a previous scene, but, like, with, like, an ad for, like, an ice cream cone cut in, and there's, like, an animation of Lan Wangji elegantly lifting the ice cream cone to his lips and, like, taking a bite. Yeah. And it's like, they do this occasionally. I think they do this, like, every other episode, or maybe every episode.
It's not every episode, like, they didn't do it in the first one.
It's like a weird little, like animated advertisement.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And fucking, I don't remember the whole thing. The only thing I wrote down for this was, quote unquote, be simpler, you're much cuter. Yeah. I think that's what Wei Wuxian tells him. I don't remember.
It is.
It's good, but I like some ice cream capitalism in the middle of my necromancy anime. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really a fan of how fucking jarring it is to watch these ancient traditional Chinese characters in their traditional robes eat processed packaged ice cream. That's cool to me. Interesting.
When I think of the shoujo genre, what I think of is a delicious cornetto.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, you can't argue with that.
I mean,
shit.
What are you gonna do? So anyway, we're back in the episode.
Yep.
And the lawn children are in a scary cave, and there's the giant cliff statue from Steven Universe inside of it.
I wonder, Roy, if it's haunted.
I wonder if it's haunted, Ray.
I wonder if there's possibly some evil, resentful energy in there. Like, that sure would further the plot.
I wonder. Damn. And they're looking at it, and they're like, oh, this cave is actually a temple, and then there's, like, a pair of eyes, and they scream.
Oh, they scream, and then suddenly, like, they turn around, and Jinliang is, like, he's lit all these candles and he's like, what are you scared for? And I love him being a smug dick about them being scared, and then the plot is like, hey baby, by the way, you're 15 and you're not always right about everything. Here you go.
Because
little homie sees that he's watching the statue and one of the eyes move.
Yeah. Caesar looks at it and the eyes move and look at him and he's like, this thing just looked at me and it's like, funny joke.
Great!
And then the statue come to life and it's got a big gross snaky arm.
Yeah, like, do you ever just arm?
Do you ever arm?
Many arm?
Many arm.
Many arm?
On the statue. It's also got a lot of legs,
There's a lot of arms, and not only there are a lot of arms, they are twisty and bendy in horrifying ways.
Yeah, they're like 900 miles long.
They
each.
penetrate.
Yeah,
deeply.
They go like up and down and through the. It looks like it's like the trail of a Scooby-Doo chase scene.
It's like a spider web. Yeah, a spider web made of arms.
Yeah, they just like go in through the ground and come back up, and it's just there's a lot of arms everywhere. And outside, Wei Wuxian feels the like anime fight wind and goes to like track it down. And then
there was a brief allusion to the anime fight when before the statue came to life because the candles flickered a little bit right as they were talking about, that's a stupid joke to play on somebody. So she coming and she ends up chasing them out of the cave.
Yeah, some other cultivator guys show up and like, they're not important because they're wearing like beige or whatever.
Yeah, drab robes. They're basically red shirts.
Yeah.
Like any
they're beige shirts.
Any cultivator you see in normal robes that doesn't have a name yet, probably just a red shirt. Yeah.
If they look like
99, it's a non-zero chance.
Yeah. If they look kind of like Gilbert Gottfried, they're not gonna matter.
Oh my god! Yeah, if they're bald lines don't matter. I'm taking that back. You gotta cut that out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't keep that in any good conscience if we're ever gonna do License to Fill.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck.
Okay. But this statue wants Jinliang dead, like, yesterday, so it's chasing him down in particular, and Wei Wuxian's like, this kid's a dumbass, let me go save him, and...
He does the leaf thing again.
Yeah, he does the leaf magic at it, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, the statue has the anchor arm.
Too fucking juiced. It's got the anchor arm.
This fucking arm is, like... 20 feet long now.
It gets huge and veiny.
Not it was veiny before.
It gets even veinier after you put the leaves on.
Oh yeah, no, it's still got those good ass nails though.
Oh yeah, and while they're running from it, Wei Wuxian's vision happens to pass by a little thing of bamboo. And Olivia's just like, wonder what that could mean.
I wonder why this bamboo's important.
This weirdly opportunistic looking stalk of bamboo sticking out from the ground.
Weird, huh?
And eventually shit breaks bad.
Yeah,
shit breaks very bad.
Yeah, Big Bell trap a statue.
Big Bell trap a statue.
For like 2 seconds before...
Yeah, little boy, my son, throws this little bell into the air and it gets gigantic and descends down onto the statue, and they're like, fuck yeah, and then the bell cracks, and the arm comes out and grips this dude and fucking consumes him.
Yeah.
And they're like, Jesus.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's still inside the bell. The statue does like a funny DBZ energy charge.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and it does that inside the bell, and then it explodes, and it grabs the man's head, and doesn't it, like, suck his...
It does. It sucks his life essence out.
So, yeah, you hate to see it.
Just like it did with, the shitty-ass Mo family.
Yeah, and Wi-Fi's like, this arm is mean as all hell. This would explain the zombies.
Oh, yeah.
That and the rich folks.
Well, I have no choice.
Yep. Like, you gotta, I'm gonna have to do it to him.
Oh, yeah.
And the statue, busts out of the bell and the forest catches on fire because that happens.
Yep, definitely.
And then Jinliang does some good archery. He's hopping around.
He does. He's trying. He puts a couple cracks in the temples.
Yeah. In the statue's temple. It's good. And then, hey, remember the bamboo?
Yeah, the Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation himself is about to let these bitches know. He's about to let them know.
He's about to do it.
He takes those fucking leaves. He takes some leaves up in his hand, kisses them or some shit.
He snaps off this piece of bamboo. He starts whittling it.
Mm-hmm.
He gets some holes going in it. And he makes Shitty Flute YouTube channel.
Extremely.
And he
plays a very discordant tune.
Yeah. First, Jinliang, remembers Zhang Zhang telling him to bring him something good, and it's, it just makes me go, oh, baby. He's trying so hard. He's a baby.
He's baby.
I'm baby?
As it turns out, he's baby.
As it turns out, him baby. So, anyway, Wi-Fi grabs his bamboo and makes a flute out of it, and it sounds very bad, and...
Oh, it's terrible.
Chingy's like, your flute playing sucks, dude. But then...
The ultimate boy!
Some chains come up from the ground, and Nathan Explosion is here.
It's fucking Nathan Explosion himself! Veiny ass... Actual physically corpse gray.
You don't even need the corpse paint.
Nathan Explosion. And everybody knows immediately who this dude is because he is the infamous Wen Yang, the Ghost General.
The Ghost General, and he's my son. And he basically just goes ham.
Oh, yeah.
The statue, grabs Jin Liang's face, and the Ghost General punches the arm off the statue, and everyone around, all these rando cultivators are looking at him. They're like, what is the Ghost General doing here? He's supposed to be, double dead.
Oh, yeah.
But he's back.
And one of the cool things about the Ghost General is that, not only does he punch the shit out of everything, he has these gigantic chains.
They look so good, dude.
And he uses the chains to just rip the damn statue into pieces.
He uses it as, a garrote.
He does. Multiple garrotes all over the body. That's the way to fucking do it.
He fucking rules, dude.
And all the while, Wi-Fi is still playing this very discordant tune.
Yeah, it sounds not great.
I do wonder how he originally came up with, the exact melodies to control the dead.
There isn't really a melody.
Is it that, or is it the flute? Is the flute just, a medium for his power, and whatever he farts out is imbued with it, so it doesn't matter what it sounds like?
He's playing a, Mars Volta Cassandra Gemini flute solo.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like that. He's just playing, random notes. I genuinely don't know what his methodology is behind it.
So it wasn't explained in the novel at all? It's just, random, discordant shit? Okay.
Yeah. No, because they got, there were song titles.
Yeah.
But...
It just seems so freaking, avant-garde and random.
It fucking rules.
I wonder how he figured it out initially. Oh, well, this won't raise the dead, but this note will.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the thought process was.
It's like discovering the, heavy metal tritone that sounds like the devil.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah. So he does that. He, improvs... And then Wen Yang gets the arm, he pulls the arm off, and then he gets the arm in, I'm not trying to make a pun, an arm bar, basically.
Yes,
he's just, holding
is.
it down. The arm's ground game is shit, by the way.
Oh, for real?
And
so Wei Wuxian was quickly, he's like, come on, get the special Holy Sealy patch.
Bring me,
pouch, excuse me.
Bring me that shit. And they come up, and...
The lawn boys come up.
Oh, shit, where'd I... they bring up, a bag of holding and put they do some magic, and then the arm goes in the bag. And this bag is, super tiny. It's, the size of a dice bag.
And it doesn't, take the arm into it. It just, absorbs the resentful energy.
Yeah.
And, the special holy beam hits Wen Yang a little bit, and he's not happy about it.
He doesn't like that. And the other cultivator guys are like, okay, now get him, because he's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to be, very dead. He got burned up, 13 years ago. Why is he here?
And now he's fucking back!
And Sijui,
inexplicably.
Yeah, Sijui, looks at them, and he's like, and then Wen Yang, chains them to maybe death. He uses his cool chain thing, and they...
Just more red shirts, so it doesn't actually matter.
Who cares? And Jin Liang, tries to fight him, which is stupid, and he gets knocked back, 70 feet.
It's once again that thing of, Zhang Chang's ringing in the back of his head, you better bring me a good one! Come on, boy!
Yeah. And so Wei Wuxian, flutes at Wen Yang to, stop him.
And the weird thing about this flute song is that it's much less discordant.
Yeah, it's definitely actually a melody this time.
It's actually a melody. So he's playing the flute solo.
Yeah, he's playing his flute solo. He's doing his cool flute solo. And Wen Yang, goes toward him, and they're, walking, he's, walking backwards.
He's easing him away from the
he's easing him away from the scene, and... I mean, Bottoms be necromancing. Wei Wuxian, bumps his ass into Wangji's dick, and that's, the view that we get.
I'm waggling my eyebrows
I'm not
very
making
hard.
This up.
That's what you get. He backs that shit up.
You gotta love it. And Lan Wangji, like, grabs his wrist and gives him ultra mega serious face, and Wei Wuxian's like,
oh, yeah.
Kind of trying to flute here.
And it's like, he just stares at him, and you can tell how immediately he recognizes him. I think he recognized him, like, immediately. Oh, yeah. That's my opinion.
Yeah, so he grabs, he's got his wrist grabbed, but he's, like, not... He's just kind of holding onto it because it doesn't stop him from playing. So he keeps playing a little bit. Ghost General's kind of going ham a little bit, but after Wei Wuxian, like, flutes some more when, like, fucks off, and and a couple other unimportant dudes are going after him, which means he's safe. We don't have to worry about him if it's just randos.
Exactly.
And so Lan Wangji lets him go, and then... Okay, here's where Hermit Purple shows up. But it's Zhangcheng's cool whip. His cool whip. His Family Guy funny moments cool whip.
Yeah. Big ass purple electric whip. It's actually his ring.
So, you're the one wielding this on our podcast art. Do you want to talk about what this is?
I actually don't know how to pronounce that one. Zijian?
Basically.
Zidian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's his special cool purple whip. He got it from his mama.
Yeah.
Just like he got that juicy booty from his mama.
And that resting bitch face.
Oh yeah. Madam was hot as fuck, actually. She was really hot.
I know.
Like, I hate it, but she was really hot.
But yeah, so he's got this whip, and it's made out of electricity, basically.
And they talk about...
And it's purple, and literally its name means purple lightning. So everybody's weapon has a cool name. Like, Lan Wangji's sword is called Bichen, which I don't remember what it means, but it means something.
Bichen is fucking... I don't know.
Yeah. And then, like, even Wei Wuxian's flute has a name. But everything has a name, and, like, usually it's some, like, cool thing, and... Zijian is just purple lightning, which is exactly what it is.
It's fucking great.
And it literally,
it's fucking sick. It is what it is. And
so now it's Zhangcheng's turn to beat Mr. Cool Ice up in a tree.
Oh yeah. He hops down, starts whipping, and...
He's so mad because he knows what's up. Fuck.
And the special thing about this whip is that it supposedly... can detach a demon or creature possessing a soul from the body.
Yeah.
So he knows what's up. And that's why he's using the whip, because he thinks that old Mo Xuanyu has been possessed by Wei Wuxian, but that's not exactly true.
Not quite, yeah. So he's got a strategy. He's trying to utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
Lan Wangji, like, whips out his Zither, and Zither's
he stops him.
Away. Yeah, he stops him. And then, but Zhangcheng, like, smirks, and now he's the one with the lip gloss.
Mm-hmm.
He got it this time.
Very handsome.
And so he's got this whip, and Wei Wuxian is like, let me grab my whip. His donkey. And my next note is just ghost ride the whip joke. So Zhangcheng, like, whips him, and he goes flying, and he gets up, and he's like, rude?
Hello, and he's like...
bitch, rude?
I love how, in this scene, he's explaining it to himself. He's like, of course that didn't work. Like a fucking anime villain. Face. It's the fucking knife cat face. It is an exact, like, an overdraw of the knife cat face.
And Zhangcheng's so mad. He's like, why are you? Wei Wuxian is you. And he's so mad, and the Lawn Boys are like, dude, sect leader Zhang, it's okay. You're wrong. It's cool. It's fine. And then some other Zhang guy comes up.
He's a Scorpio. He hates being wrong.
Yeah. See, okay. Here's the thing. Everything you need to know about the dynamic between Wei Wuxian and Zhangcheng comes down to both of them being Scorpios.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
You don't need to know anything else. That's
October
everything.
31st to November 5th, they're both fucking Scorpios.
And then, if we want to extend that a little bit further, Lan Wangji, Aquarius.
Obviously.
There you go.
Jesus.
We can finish this podcast right now.
The weirdest dudes on the planet are Aquarius.
My brother is an Aquarius.
My point stands.
Yeah, there you go. Then what some rando comes up and he's, like, supporting Jinliang, and this injured child starts shit-talking Mo Xuanyu, like, 10 feet away from who he thinks is him.
Uh-huh.
And why does this child know about this grown man's sexual proclivities? Like, why does he know this?
He's just, you know what? I think it's because he's keeping something to himself. any kind of exposure to that he can get, he will take.
Folks.
Wow, that person is like me. Better shit on them in public so nobody gets suspicious.
That person's like me. Boy, I hate it.
Yeah. I'm going to reject it immediately because I don't understand it and I'm afraid of it.
Can we talk real quick about kind of the difference between what's going on with this here in the donghua and what's going on with it in the novel? Because there's a bit of the writers of the show kind of got around this a little bit because of the censorship thing. So in the novel, the thing with Mo Xuanyu is that him gay.
Deeply gay.
Deeply, very gay, and everybody knows it. And that's what he's being scolded for here.
They switched it to man, woman, or
plant, animal, anything. So that's kind of what we do here. The thing is, like, anything we know about the extent to which Mo Xuanyu did anything, or, like, was open about anything, I guess, all comes from other people, and none of the people who say anything about it can really be trusted to be telling the truth about it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's either got ulterior motives, or weren't actually there, or are a 14-year-old child who was, like, 4 years old when all of this actually went down.
Yep.
So...
I think it was 13 years ago, wasn't it?
No, Mo Xuanyu got kicked out of the Jin sect 10 years before the start. 10 years before where we are right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, he had gotten kicked out for a thing having to do with this. I'm not gonna get to that right now. We'll get to it when we get to it, like we've said a million times. But my point is, why does the 8th grader know about this? Who is telling him these things?
I really don't know. And it's... He's just misguided.
Misguided.
He's just misguided. He's confused. He'll figure himself out.
And if he were a few years older, I would give this the messy bitch juice moment, but
extremely.
He's a child, so I'll forgive him this time.
Yeah.
He's at that age. I'll forgive him this time. If he does it again, he's on thin ice. Anyway,
exactly.
We look over at Lan Wangji, and he's making this good thinking face where he's, like, chewing on his thumb.
Yeah,
which is really cute. He's so good. And Wei Wuxian is like, what the hell is going on in here on this day? And what the hell? Oh, yeah, the other Zhang guy is like, yeah, I mean, Wei Wuxian might have been a piece of shit, but he was straight, which... So why would he possess the known gay of Mo Xuanyu? And he's like, you even said his flute sounded like shit, so why would it be him? It can't be him.
Like, they come to the conclusion that he's not possessed, but he still practiced necromancy, so they're gonna have to take it.
So Zhangsheng hates this.
Yeah.
And Wuxian does this cute little smile at him, this, like, shit-eating grin that's, like, still adorable. Yeah, so that's when Zhangsheng is like, well, he's still... necromancy and kill him.
Yeah.
And so here's my messy bitch moment. I don't know if you got the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he goes and hides behind Lan Wangji, and Zhangsheng is like, are you fucking with me on purpose? And Sijui comes up and he's like, pardon me, sect leader, like, why do you give so much of a shit?
Extremely.
Yeah, and he's like, well, why does your boy Han Guangjun give so much of a shit? And Lan Wangji's like, he's like, well, he's doing bad shit, but he's doing it for a good reason, so it's impossible to say whether it's bad or not.
Exactly. And
like, he saved all of us, and...
Yeah, and it, like, even with no context for the show, it's, like, clear as fucking day how hung up on Wi-Fi Lan Wangji is. Like, this man will literally risk life and limb to protect him with no complaint whatsoever.
It's been like an hour.
It's like the
maybe
purest
2
man in the world. It's been an hour, maybe 2, and he already fucking knows.
That's my son.
And when Wei Wuxian goes and runs behind Lan Wangji, there's no reaction from Lan Wangji. There's no reaction. He's just like, okay, this is it. I'm about to do this then.
Guess I'll protect.
Yeah, guess I'll protect, because he fucking knows.
My big son.
And so yeah, and if things escalate.
Yeah, Wei Wuxian is like, you're hurting my feelies, sect leader Zhang, and he's like, I wouldn't fuck just anybody. I wouldn't bone down with everybody. And he does this, like, little coquettish, coy, little cutesy act where he, like, plays with his hair and it gets, like, stuck in his mouth a little bit, like, and he just lets it fall.
The bull in the stable isn't my type, and you, Zhang Cheng, definitely aren't my type.
That's the messy bitch juice moment. But he did not have to go there.
He didn't. And then he goes, but this Han Guang-jun, oh, he's definitely my type.
He's like doing this, like, how do you even describe the voice he's doing? Because he's definitely putting on a voice.
It's like a little soft, like, coquettish kind of moment. Yeah.
He's like, and yeah, he's like, I would definitely let Han Guang-jun bow me, and he's like, and he's thinking like, oh, this'll coax him into a snafu.
Yeah, this'll disgust both of them thoroughly.
This'll make him experience some botherations, and then he's gonna hate this, and then I can get away. But here's where the clownery comes back on him.
Lan Wangji is just like, alright.
He's like, I'm taking him back to Gusu with me.
Cool, bye.
And yeah,
bye now.
He's like, bye now, and hey, guess where we go?
We're going to the cloud recesses.
We're going to the cloud recesses. It's an actual place. And it's very pretty. It's like all these mountains, and they're like foggy and misty, and they got all this vegetation on them, and there's these really pretty buildings, and there's these cute bunnies hopping around as we, zoom in, and Wei Wuxian fucking hates it.
He is crying his eyes out. He is crying his eyes out. He is fucking, like...
so mad he hates it.
He's
like, I don't want to be here. I hate it. I don't like it.
Absolutely reveling in being the most dramatic bitch on the scene.
He fucking hates it.
You can tell how completely he's, like, living it up even when he hates it.
Yeah. I think this is God. I don't think he's playing it up here, though. I think he, like, genuinely... He's like, I just came back to life. I was dead for 13 years, and you're gonna make me do this. I don't wanna.
He's definitely, like, taking every opportunity to act as much of a fool as he can, just to, like, amplify it.
Like a mood.
Just like what you would in your dreams. If you could act any way you wanted, tell me that this wouldn't be it.
Yeah. So he's, like... They're outside the gates of the cloud recesses, which is in a place called Gusu, which is where the Lan sect lived. And the Lan boys are with him, and Wei Wuxian is, like, clinging on Lil Apple, and the children are like, I thought you said you liked Han Guang-jun, why don't you want to come here? And he's like, I like Lil Apple too, it doesn't mean I want to live in the donkey shed. And we get this shot of, like, the wall, the, like, mountain wall outside of the cloud recesses, and it's got all these rules written on them, and they have 4,000 rules that you have to...
4,000!
And nothing is allowed here. Hence the title of our fun podcast. He says something, okay, so I don't know why I've been making this so hard for myself. Because Wei Wuxian says he hasn't been here in over 20 years. So he would be at least 35. Because he was 15 when he was in the cloud recesses.
Yeah.
So these are grown-ass men in their mid-30s, which makes everything about this so much funnier to me. but
I'm thinking about it. So maybe he's counting 20 years as when he was alive plus when he was dead? So he would still be 35?
Well, he would have... Okay, so if it's been 20 years since he was been here, including the 13 years that he was dead, it means... So 20 years ago he was 15.
Yeah.
13 years ago he died. So he died when he was 22.
Yes.
So since he hasn't been alive mentally, spiritually, or physically... He's kind of still 22.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he's in 24-year-old Mo Xuanyu's body.
Yeah.
So he skipped the critical age of 23, where first off, nobody likes you, and second, I don't know about you, you just turned 24, but 23, I think, was the age where my body started to fall apart.
Yeah. And, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's where I, like, started needing naps all the time, and... like, everything hurt, and I would wake up, and I think that's when I found my first gray hair.
Nice.
You gotta love it. So, so I'm just imagining him, like, dying at 22, and then waking up at 24.
Just feeling like an absolute grandfather.
Just feeling like shit, and being like, I'm elderly now. But, yeah, and then Sishui's like, so, dude, Han Guang-jun's doing you a favor. What's your problem? And Lan Wangji's like, let him cry, whatever. Just bring him inside when he's done.
Drag him inside when he's done. Drag him inside.
Yeah, that's specific. Right. That's right. And Wei Wuxian, like, hops on Lil Apple, and who starts heading towards Lan Wangji, because guess who's got an apple now?
He's charging towards him, and I'm just fucking...
so Lan Wangji has an apple, and he tosses it into the air, and then we're gonna go back to the past.
And I just want to say, like, Lan Wangji baiting little Apple with the apple as like a power move is completely transcendent. Like, he knows he has already bagged it. He just needs to seal the deal.
You gotta do it somehow.
He's bagged it the fuck up.
Got to bag it up.
Got to bag it up.
Ray, I like the way you work it.
I've got to bag it up.
No diggity.
No doubt.
So we go back to the past. We get like a little cool...
Some terribly integrated CGI?
Shift. Well, yeah. But we also get like a shift, like the apple, he tosses the apple up into the air and then it turns into 20 years ago and then it comes down. And past 15-year-old actual real his body Wei Wuxian is like hiding some jars of booze in like a tree root and somebody's calling for him and
they call him by a funny name.
Hey!
Your baby's there.
A little bit.
A
Just
little
the tiniest bit. He like
there.
goes over to run to whoever it is that's calling for him. We see off in the distance, we see a little purple boy, and we also see a little green boy, a very little green boy.
And that's an angel that we will meet briefly.
That's all we get of him, and I'm so excited. But then it's nighttime, and Wei Wuxian is like sneaking around on the roof. He's on the roof. I hate when people pronounce it like that. It bothers me so bad.
A roof crawler.
The roof.
The roof crawler.
The roof. The roof.
On the roof!
The roof.
But he's hopping from roof to roof. He's obviously sneaking around, and we pan in on him, and he's got the same jar of booze. He's like, fuck yeah! And then he looks up, and there's a little man standing on the wall, just looking at him.
Who's that little man?
It's baby Lan Wangji himself.
Baby. And by baby, I mean, like, 10th grade. And he's still so handsome. He's just, his eyes are a little bit bigger. He's a little bit softer. He's a teen.
So cute. He's
so
wearing a cute little collared robe.
Yeah, he has a little collared robe, and Wei Wuxian is like, I'll give you some booze, which isn't gonna work.
Wei Wuxian couldn't handle sobriety for even a day. This man was 15 years old, pounding back Emperor's Smile, and bribing the fucking hall monitor in order to keep it when he gets caught. Fucking legend.
Would you not give it a shot?
I would shoot my shot. I would
you miss
definitely
100% of the shots you don't chug down.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
He's dedicated to Emperor's Smile. That's brand loyalty, definitely.
That's brand loyalty. He knows what he's about. But yeah, that's episode.
That's the episode.
That's the episode. That's where we leave off. And I forgot to look up the name of the next episode.
That's okay.
It's the third one.
It's the third one.
The third one, yeah. But we got some stuff that happened. It
was great. We got some boys introduced.
Some babies. And so, I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, but I feel like it's less of a spoiler and more preparation because I wasn't prepared for it the first time I watched this. But we're going to stay in the past until probably about 4 minutes from the end of the last episode of this season.
Yeah, we're getting just a season-long flashback.
Just a season-long flashback.
And this is definitely not how they do it in the book, to my knowledge.
Mm-mm. This is compiled from a bunch of different spots in the book.
Yeah.
Just to make it kind of more linear.
Yeah, pretty much. And, like, it helps when every chapter of the book is, like, separated into different sections, like standalone stories. So they just took a couple standalone stories from flashbacks and stuck it in there for context. Mm-hmm. And it's really fucking good, because you meet a bunch of just excellent friends... Neighbors, cultivators.
Friends,
neighbors, cultivators.
I love that. It's good. So yeah, that's where we're gonna be. We're gonna be 20 years ago.
When they're all 15 years old.
When they're all children.
Young, innocent, and horrible. Just young, like every young teen is.
We're going to like a very specialized magic school for a couple episodes.
Yep.
So Roy, come out.
Roy, do we have any questions?
We do have some questions. I am going to go in order of how I received them.
Okay.
So the first question that I got is from friend of the show, Scout.
Okay.
And I got this via text, actually, because according to Scout, Tumblr CAPTCHA won't work.
All right.
So, and this is a very good question that I like to read. Scout writes, What does Long Wangji dress like in a modern AU? I hope it's not Lacoste polos. Unfortunately.
It is Lacoste polos. It is,
You wanna know...
fucking Patagonia vests. It's pressed khakis. Slim fit, because you know he likes to be stylish. And pillows.
Do you know what it is? It's Lucky Luciano 14K.
Minus the sock tan.
Yeah. And also, I think more on the blue spectrum than kind of a pink tint.
Oh, he'd look great in pink, though.
He would.
Just like a lovely soft pastel. Against his beautiful skin and those golden eyes. My ultimate... The only man.
The only man.
The only man, period. I was going to say something else, but he's just the only man.
The world's first man.
The world's first man. Dweeb.
I would die for him.
A Volcel Chad. Imagine.
Is he Volcel? We'll get to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Our next question comes in from Caroline of the show Byronic Queero.
Thank you.
On Tumblr, and she says... Incredible how much these guys have to vape to keep the cloud recesses so damn foggy. Hotbox these rules, lol. Anyway,
Good one, Caroline. Love that.
Thank
you.
Anyway, I'm loving the animation so far, and y'all's takes are spicy enough to raise the dead, which is why I want to know, what is Wei Wuxian's favorite Culture Club song and why?
Fuck. Shit. Okay, I want to look up a list of them really quick just to jog my memory, because it's one of those things where, like, if I see the name, I'll be able to, like, at least know the chorus.
So, I wanted so badly to have an answer for this, but dumbassedly, despite being more or less fluent in both bands, what I accidentally did was I kept thinking Wham!
Oh, no!
When I meant to think Culture Club. And I still couldn't come up with an answer, and I think that explains that.
Oh, no.
But still, I think this one might rest on you, Ray, because I'm not gonna... Cultured Club?
I think I'm gonna say Church of the Poison Mind.
I love that.
Love that.
Love that.
Just pretty good, solid song. Either that, or, the absolute classic #1 banger. Didn't want to say it, but I had to include it, Carmen Chameleon. There's no way you can't have a good time singing that song.
You come and go.
You come and go. And loving will be easy if your colors are like my dream.
Red, gold, and
green.
Red, gold, and green.
Red, gold, and green.
This is the sing-along hour.
Every day is like survival. Okay, I'm done.
Our last full question comes in from friend of the show, Christina Alex Lifeson official, who asks, and I like this one, how effective would the two of you be as a ghost hunting team within this universe? What would be your greatest strength? Strengths. More than one.
You know what? As much as I stan the Zhang clan, I feel like if I were in this universe, I would probably... be like Nye.
That's what I was thinking.
Adjacent.
You're very much like a berserker.
Yeah, extremely. I would extremely have berserker qualities, because that's just me as a person, unfucking fortunately.
Yeah.
And
God, I can't wait to talk about that. Anyway. You would definitely have the, like, ferocity.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm more of the lawn sect, like, weird nerd.
Yeah,
and
total weird nerd.
Yeah, I think I would be... useless in combat.
Yeah.
I think I'd be, like, decent at maybe stealth. I think I could hide. I can be pretty fast.
Could do an archery.
I could maybe do an archery. I need to find something to accommodate how small I am, but I think mostly what I'd be good at... Just a little bow. Just a little
perfect size for you.
It's a little pixie bow.
Little pixie bow. Uh-huh.
I feel like I'd be good at, like, reconnaissance. I'd be good at the magic end of stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'd make a good team, though. That's like having a barbarian and a wizard.
That's true! That's a really good duo.
That's powerful.
I think we'd be alright.
I think we'd be Gucci.
If we both got over our debilitating anxiety disorders, I think we would be alright.
Yeah. I think my main stumbling block in... the world of trying to be a cultivator, for me, this is just for me personally, is that I stone cold do not at all 0% believe in ghosts.
Listen, we're not even suspending our disbelief here, because in this question we are existing in a universe in which ghosts are demonstratively real.
Yeah, that's true.
Ghosts, ghouls, demons, zombies.
Yep.
Big ass fucking murderous ass turtles.
Big statues.
Sentient fucking whirlpools.
Yeah.
You name it. We got it.
I love when you're doing a funny, because I can see it in the waveform. It's good.
It's because whenever I do a funny, it's just me fucking yelling.
I like to hear it. So
I mean, at least one person does. Fuck.
I mean, gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So our last kind of question, I want to revisit Scout's question from last week that I said would be ongoing.
Okay.
What Pokemon types would each character train? So we met two new fellas today. I think Jiangsheng, like, there's no way he doesn't have electric types. That fucking goes without saying. I feel like he probably has, like, maybe a dark type or two in there, too.
I would say dark and electric. I would choose dark and electric. Oh, fuck. I was thinking ghost, but didn't we have... Who did we have? Wei Wuxian has ghost.
No, he has dark.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he has dark.
No, I like ghost.
Yeah, ghost, because he's very...
Yeah.
He's got so much... He's
baggage.
He's such a baggage boy.
His baggage is Gucci. Extremely. And Jinliang,
bitch, you ain't no Barbie. I see you work at Arby's. I'm just saying.
That's all there is to it.
Jinliang, you know what he has? Fairy.
I mean, yeah, because, like, for context, in the novels, Jinliang has a precious-ass little baby dog named Fairy, and she's an angel, and Wei Wuxian is fucking terrified of her.
He is
great and horrifying.
Very scared of dogs.
Very scared. And she's like the smaller. She's
a husky.
She is a husky.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so she's not smaller. Jesus. I was thinking she was a different kind of dog.
No, she's a husky.
She's a huskaroo.
Jiangsheng named her because he's... The thing that you gotta know about him is that he's not good at naming things.
He's not.
He's not great at it. He names everything like it's like a Barbie accessory.
Yeah.
It's good. We stand, honestly. To me. It's really good. He would definitely give his Pokemon names like that.
Yeah, he would.
He absolutely... Bless his heart. Oh, bless his heart.
Oh, bless his heart.
Oh, bless his heart. But yeah, so that's our questions. And if you want to send us some questions, you can go ahead and send them to cloudrecessespod.tumblr.com or email them to us at cloudrecessespod@gmail.com. And someday, when Jack releases us from his deity binding net or whatever he's got on us, you'll be able to ask them through Twitter. But for now...
Yeah. In the meantime, just hit me up on Twitter. I'd love to hear from you at America's Burden.
Yeah, or you can hit me up. I'm Roy at, what the fuck is my Twitter right now? At SemperFunny.
At SemperFunny.
I'm still not used to being at Fuck Warlock anymore.
I know. It makes me very sad, but
I miss being Fuck Warlock. I'm Roy Fuck Warlock. That's my name. Legally.
It's legal. Well, you're still Fuck Warlock on Tumblr.
Yeah.
It's not the same because Tumblr is basically a ghost town, but...
Tumblr's dead to me.
Yeah, extremely.
Anyway, that's us on social media. Thanks to Noisepace.xyz, the good Canadian podcast network that hosts us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so
we know you guys don't understand a goddamn lick of what's going on in this property, but we appreciate you hosting us, anyway, giving us a home.
Yeah, go to Noisepace.xyz and check out some of the other podcasts they have there, like My Pod Cabbages, which is about Avatar The Last Airbender.
It's very good.
Yeah, or What the Hell Else? The Wonder Years, which is about Animorphs. Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, which I'm a host on. I'm one of several.
They just interviewed Real Tay updates, y'all. Yeah. Like, this is serious. It's fucking awesome.
It rules.
We got some awesome shit, okay?
Hell yes. Yeah, so check out Noisepace. It's good.
Yes.
We're finally on iTunes and stuff, so, like, rate, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate it.
Comment maybe, but only if you're nice. My ego can't handle it.
Just, you can just, you don't have to say a whole lot. You can just say...
Yeah, just press F to pay respects to our awkward silences.
Yeah, press H and it'll be good. But, yeah. we'll be back next week where we'll be looking at whatever the third episode is called.
Yeah.
And, oh boy, I can't wait for you to hear me yell about a little green man.
Yep.
It's gonna be good.
Introducing Fucknuts McGillicuddy. Coming at you next week.
The original fail son.
The original fail son.
That's just a little preview for you.
There he is.
Thanks for watching, folks.
Thank you so much. We'll see you probably next week.
Probably.
Hopefully next week.
We had fucking better.
Yeah.
Yay! Semper Bunny.
Yeah, Semper Bunny, folks.
Semper Bunny. Have a good one, folks.
Bye.
Bye.